Welcome back, everybody. As you guys can see, it's new comic book day Wednesday. Got a nice fat stack. I'm outside of Casablanca Comics because it's October 8th, new comic book day. Every single Wednesday, I bring you guys the comic book haul. We're also doing the comic book reviews for last week. That's at the end of the video. In between that, we got two random topics, just like we do every single Wednesday. But let's get into the comic book haul. My picks of the week, gotta be between these. It's real tough. We got Absolute Batman issue number 13. Absolute Catwoman getting introduced to the story in a bigger way. But then we also have Batman Dark Patterns, issue number 11. I'm loving what Dan Watters is doing. You got Hayden Sherman, the artist for Absolute Wonder Woman. Really stunning stuff. Pick of the week has to be between these two. Real tough, man. Two of my favorite Batman books on stands. Next up, though, we got DCKO. Really excited about this. I'm loving the overall meta narrative over at DC. I'm ready for DCKO. I binge read a ton of the preludes and stuff like that this weekend, so I'm ready for DCKO. Let's bring it. Everything Dead and Dying, issue number 2. I loved issue number 1, one of the highlights of the year so far. Maybe my favorite issue number 1. That's pretty tough, but it was great, man. It's like a Western sort of zombie apocalypse story, and I think it's off to a great start. Great cliffhanger. Tate Bromwell writing with Jacob Phillips on the art. If you're into zombie stories, perfect for Halloween season, man, so definitely pick this up. High Strangeness, book 1. I think this is an anthology series, but this one was interesting to me because we got Chris Condon writing. He's been killing it lately. Really, really great writer in the comic book game right now, but also the artist. You guys see that? Dave Chisholm. Huge fan of Dave Chisholm's artwork. Great style on some of the series he's been on recently. And yeah, I'm excited to see what two of my favorite creators in the comic book game are bringing us with this anthology series out of Oni Press. My favorite comic book series on stands from Image Comics got to be The Power of Fantasy. Loving it, dude. The last one ended off on such a cliffhanger. We're excited to see what happens next. Glad the series is returning. Took a little bit of a hiatus. The Power of Fantasy, man. Don't miss out. Issue number 12. Kieran Gillen, Casper Wingard, they're just killing it. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Superman, the Kryptonite Spectrum number 3. The last issue, the Kryptonite made him super big. He was like Godzilla, kaiju level. Issue number 1, some weirdness with the Kryptonite as well. But in this one, look at this. He's turning into a little kid, man. So really wacky stuff from the creators of Ice Cream Man coming on to a DC Black Label series. Been real fun so far. Transformers number 25. The new era of Transformers is here. Robert Kirkman writing, Dan Mora on the art. Excited to see what they have in store for us here. Daniel Warren Johnson, obviously such a legend, but he's not on the title anymore. Looks like we're still getting Jorge Corona. Gotta be honest, I'm real confused how the hell that's gonna work. You got Dan Mora's styles, very different from Jorge Corona's. I don't know, dude, but yeah, Transformers number 25. See what they got for us in that one. Masterminds number 2. Zach Kaplan, a sci-fi writer I'm really a big fan of in the comic book scene. He's just killing it. He's got this new series out of Dark Horse Comics. Issue number 1 was a really great read. Excited to see it continue with Masterminds number 2. Yeah, pretty good stuff, man. I like it a lot. Last but not least, we got Batman Gotham by Gaslight, A League for Justice, issue number 4. Still got to drop this series. At this point, maybe I'll just continue it. But yeah, Gotham by Gaslight, fun little Elseworld story in the DC universe. But that's what we got. New comic book day for October 8th, man. Big, not that big, pretty decent size. Let me know what you guys' pick of the week is, what you guys are picking up. Check this out, though. This is a bonus. We got the poster for the new history of the DC universe. Pretty sick, dude. This is gonna look really cool. All the different DC characters. Chris Samney on the artwork, of course. So really excited to have that poster. And yeah, stay tuned for the rest of the video. Use the chapters to skip around. Like I was saying before, we got the sponsored video from Shopville. We're doing some Superman comic book variants. We also have talking about some James Tynion IV comic book recommendations to get you ready for the horror season. And then finally, the comic book reviews for everything last new comic book day, October 1st. Use the chapter to skip around. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next week. The summer of Superman might be over, but around here, we're still celebrating Big Blue because in this box, we have a bunch of Superman variant comic book covers. You guys have seen me make videos like this before. I open the box, I show you which comic book covers we have, but this one's a little bit different. This box is sponsored by Shopville. They were nice enough to sponsor and partner with me on doing this Superman variant comic book challenge. So check out Shopville if you got the chance. For those that don't know, Shopville is an online collectible site. They sell variant comic books, obviously. We're about to go over a bunch of them. They also sell Pokemon cards, Magic cards. They even sell like video games and movies and that sort of thing. Shout out to Shopville for sending these my way. It's greatly appreciated. And shout out to the audience too. Partnerships and sponsored videos like this are only possible with your guys' continued support. But let's see what we got in the comic book haul. Very nice packaging. Let's see what we have in the big thing here. First things first, we have the Superman Treasury 2025 Hero for All. If you guys didn't get a chance to read this, it's got great artwork from Bruno Redondo. Such a cool look for Superman. But look at this variant cover, man. Wanted to pick this one out because it has just a ton of Superman family of characters. You guys see Krypto. You guys are seeing all the different kids. You guys are seeing Power Girl up there. All the different versions of Superman from all the different universes, and all of Superman's friends down there as well, like Jimmy Olsen, Wonder Woman, or Batman, Lois Lane. Beautiful cover, man. That's gonna go somewhere around here. Let's see what we got for the other variant comic books featuring our Man in Blue. These are all, you know, maybe they're not exactly Superman, but they're Superman related. So let's take a look. Opening up the second box, we got a little thank you from Shopville. Hey, what's in the box? You are digging into your loot. We want to say thanks. Have fun with your purchase. We hope you love it. Thanks for choosing us, a group of geeks to make your day. Shout out to Shopville for sending these my way, dude. Let's take a look at the other comic books we got in this haul. David Talaski is an artist I'm really starting to love. Really think his style is very cool. We got this Supergirl cover as she's coming out of the phone booth, just changed into her Supergirl persona. It's a beautiful cover from David Talaski. Next up, another Supergirl cover. Really excited for Supergirl to have her own movie. Thought her inclusion in the Superman movie was really cool as well. Got this Supergirl cover, her just chilling in space. This is from artist Joelle Jones and Jordi Belair. Two artists I'm really big fan of. I think Joelle Jones has a great style. Jordi Belair, excellent colorist as well, very legendary. Really cool. The Kryptonite Spectrum is a Superman series I'm really enjoying. It's from the creators of Ice Cream Man, so it's really wacky and kind of weird. And I love this foil cover. I don't have too many foil covers, but this one I thought was really cool. This story, the Superman, the Kryptonite Spectrum, it's all about these different kinds of kryptonite that have been discovered. So Superman's got to test them on himself to see kind of what the effect is. So it's been a really fun story so far. I definitely recommend checking it out. It's a DC Black Label series. Those have always been pretty good. But then we see here on the cover, he's just being beamed with all sorts of different new radiation from the kryptonite. So pretty cool foil cover here. And of course, you see who this cover is from. It's from Wes Craig. I collect a lot of Wes Craig covers. Like I was saying though, not too many foil covers, but I think this thing is really beautiful. Of course, one of the hottest series on stands right now out of DC is Absolute Superman. So I wanted to pick up this Absolute Superman variant. This is the Clayton Crane cover. And I think Clayton Crane's got a really cool style too. I really love the Absolute Superman design. His costume's super cool. His cape is made out of like particles, and you can do all sorts of fun stuff with it. So yeah, this is a cool cover here. Of course, you can't forget about Superman's dog. We got Krypto. This is for the series Krypto, the Last Dog Krypton, issue number 2. But I just love this Krypto cover as he's flying through the sky. This one gives very fall vibes, you know. Obviously you got the fall colored leaves. I'm looking outside my window. We got fall. The leaves are starting to change as well, dude. This cover is from Rafael Del Latore. Rafael Del Latore. Really cool art style and a great look for Krypto. Shopville doesn't have just variant covers. They also have some keys from back in the day. So I got this Superman New 52. Loving this cover. He's holding up the remnants of the Daily Planet globe. Obviously George Perez. George Perez cover there. You guys see his little sig. So this is going to be a really cool cover to hang up somewhere in the background. Superman New 52. And then of course we got the cover for Krypto Last Dog Krypton, but this is the Superman movie cover with David Cornsweet Superman design. We got Krypto down there as well. Big part of the Superman movie. Loved his inclusion. Everyone's favorite character is probably Krypto, right? And this cover is from Dan Mora. Dan Mora, one of the best comic book artists in the game right now. Such a cool look for Superman. I love his take on this updated new Superman movie design suit. So yeah, this is a really cool cover. Obviously the Absolute universe is on fire right now out of DC. So I wanted to get some covers to celebrate that. We've got Absolute Batman. We've got Absolute Superman. And then we've got Absolute Wonder Woman. Check it out. Can you guys tell what's going on here? This is a connecting cover, dude. Loving the connecting covers. I think they're so cool. Gotta find a way to display them all connected because, you know, they all connect to make one picture. And I think that's super cool. Let's take a better look. You guys see here, the moon connects in the back. We got Superman flying up. The artist of this is Mark Spears as well. Mark Spears is just killing it in the variant cover game. So got the Absolute Superman flying up. Love his suit depicted by Mark Spears. we're going over a little bit. It's got that big, bulky Absolute Batman. Such a crazy design, this new Absolute Batman in the Absolute universe. And then, of course, we've got Absolute Wonder Woman. So sick, dude, with her giant sword. She can make it grow as big as she wants, dude. And I think it's so sick, dude. Having all of these variant covers, the nice connecting to end us out here. So yeah, shout out to Shopville for sending all these comic books my way. We got the variant covers. We got the Superman movie variant. We got the George Perez New 52. We got Krypto the Superdog. Some more Absolute Superman, of course. Got a nice foil variant as well. Don't have too many foils in my collection. And then some Supergirl covers as well. Really excited about the Supergirl movie. And then finally, last but not least, got the Giant Treasury Edition. So these are just some of the comic books you can find on Shopville. Definitely check them out, man. If you're into comic books, if you're into Magic the Gathering, Pokemon cards, I think they have Pops as well. They have those U2 things as well if you're into other different versions of collectible vinyl figures. Let me know what you guys thought of the Superman comic book variant challenge. How did I do? Then I pick out some nice variants, dude. Thank you guys for watching. Shout out to Shopville, definitely check them out. And thank you guys again to the audience for providing all the support. It allows me to do these cool collaboration videos with cool companies, man. So thank you guys for watching and read more comics. If you're trying to read some spooky comic books for Halloween and you're looking for recommendations, this is the video for you, man. So I got a bunch of stuff from James Tynion IV. Probably the modern day horror master when it comes to comic books. He's just killing it, man. So we're going to talk about a bunch of James Tynion IV's series that you can read. Check them out at your local comic book store and they'll get you ready for the spooky holiday season. Let's start off with his current ongoing. This series is coming out right now at comic book stores, The Invisible Man. This is part of the Universal Monsters initiative that they have over at Skybound Image. He's trying to perfect the formula to become the Invisible Man, and he's testing it on cats and stuff like that. But what really separates this series from other Universal Monster series, in my opinion, is this great artwork from Denis. The coloring from Brad Simpson, but I think Denis' style is just so cool, man. So it's like this slow boil series. He's slowly putting together the Invisible Man kind of persona, as we see here at the end of issue 2, him with the glasses, for example, right? So by the end of this series, I fully expect to have an Invisible Man gonna be causing trouble for the town, I'm sure. So Invisible Man, a series you got to check out. But James Tynion IV is not a stranger to the Universal Monster series. This is not his first. He also did the first one out of the whole line. We got Dracula. This is a series that he did with Martin Simmons on the art. Don't worry about my signature, guys. Hey, it's no big deal. Loving Martin Simmons' art style. It's the classic story of Dracula, how he comes to this England town or whatever and sort of haunts it. And yeah, man, just the really spectacular artwork from Martin Simmons makes this a really creepy vibe. What's this guy's name? Renfield? Yeah, man, this is just such a really creepy series with the excellent artwork from Martin Simmons. Excellent stuff. Does he also do the coloring? Yeah, he also does the coloring for this series. So yeah, a little four-issue miniseries, I believe, focusing on Dracula, and it's definitely not one to miss. We'll get you in the spooky mood for sure. Wasn't the first time that James Tynion IV and Martin Simmons worked together. They also did the series Department of Truth. Still ongoing series, but this is the first deluxe edition. And this is all the material that I've read in this series. I've not read anything after this, but this is perfect for those who like conspiracy theories. If you're into this conspiracy theory world, Bigfoot, the moon landing, JFK assassination, that sort of thing, this might be the series for you. It's all about the Department of the US government is kind of focused on the conspiracies, right? Because if a lot of people believe in a certain conspiracy, in this world, that becomes the new truth. Kind of this interesting push and pull between the US government and the people, its citizens. We find out that, Lee Harvey Oswald is not actually dead, right? He's actually the director of the Department of Truth. So yeah, man, if you're into conspiracy theories, the star-faced man is always really creepy. We got the woman in red is featured throughout the series too. Just really creepy undertones. You're not quite sure what's happening. The main character here, I believe his name is Cole. He gets lied to all the time. So tons of twists and turns in this series. And yeah, man, this beautiful artwork from Martin Simmons, more of the stuff you can expect from that Dracula series, you can expect that same horror kind of vibe, spooky vibe in this Department of Truth series. And yeah, man, if you're into conspiracies, I cannot recommend this series enough. The Deviant. Now we're talking about horror Christmas, not a genre like mix that you see very often, but this is a killer from back in the day. They thought they caught the guy, but then in modern day, the killings start happening again. And our main character has to try to figure out what the heck is going on. Maybe he gets kind of framed for this new resurgence of this killer. And yeah, man, it's a really cool, serial killer cop chasing sort of story, trying to uncover and unravel who actually is the man behind this, the mask, man, the Deviant, they call him. Really cool character design too. But yeah, man, this is a great slasher sort of comic book series. And I think that the fact that it takes place around the Christmas time really does make it very unique. Like I was saying, not a lot of horror series also take place around the Christmas time. And you get this great artwork from Joshua Hickson, a good buddy of mine, a comic book creator that I really love. Hopefully you see him on some more ongoing titles, man. But the Deviant series is definitely a standout. The Deviant, perfect for holiday killers and that sort of thing. Nice House on the Lake. A very tough series to describe. It's all about this main character guy here, Walter. He invites all his different friends from his past to his nice house on the lake for an unknown sort of reason, but we learn that it's because the end of the world is going to happen. So Walter is trying to save all these people and make sure that they don't die, and we find out that maybe Walter isn't exactly who he says he is. Maybe Walter's an alien, maybe something like that. And the rest of the people here are now stuck in this nice house on the lake at the end of the world, man. So yeah, it's a really interesting sort of story. Very creepy. This Walter guy is very creepy. The kind of scenario and setup is really creepy too, really unnerving. Continues with an awesome series as well with Nice House by the Sea. So if you complete all of, I'm looking at I have a poster up there, Nice House by the Sea. So if you finish Nice House on the Lake, this 12-issue series from DC, but it doesn't feel like a DC series at all, as you guys see down there. It came out as a DC Black Label. I think now it's probably a DC Vertigo title. But yeah, man, continuing it with Nice House by the Sea if you really enjoy this. Excellent artwork from Alvaro Martinez Bueno. I say Martinez Alvaro Bueno. I get it mixed up all the time. But yeah, excellent artwork. Really, really cool style. Some really trippy stuff here, like with Walter sort of going in and out of, phasing in and out of reality. So yeah, man, definitely check out this series. Lots of twists and turns. And one of my favorite from James Tynion IV. Might be the favorite series from this well-accomplished comic book writer. Let's talk about, finally, last but not least, Something is Killing the Children. Probably the series that, not like he wasn't on the map before, right? He was doing a lot of cool DC stuff, but this is the series that made him like a well-known household name. Something is Killing the Children is a Boom Studio series that focuses on Erica Slaughter here. She is part of this organization that goes out and kills monsters. It turns out that the monsters, obviously they're going after the children, where you get the name of the title, Something's Killing the Children. But the adults cannot see these monsters, only the children can. And yeah, it just got this like really interesting sort of world. She's going from like town to town, monster hunting. But you find more about the organization that she's a part of. There's all these other houses that are kind of like sister organizations and the kind of factions going back and forth and stuff. So I don't know, man. I think this series is really excellent. I'm in the middle of rereading this deluxe edition right now, so I can continue with the deluxe edition number 2, material that I haven't read yet. But such a classic series. Erica is such a badass character. One of my favorite comic book protagonists of all time. And yeah, man, definitely check out this Something is Killing the Children series. If you ask most people on the street what their favorite James Tynion IV series, they'll probably reply with Something is Killing the Children, man. But that's what we got. A bunch of James Tynion IV comic books that I wanted to talk about. Of course, Dracula, Invisible Man, Nice House on the Lake, and The Deviant, Department of Truth, and Something is Killing the Children, man. Big old stack to get you ready for spooky reading, Halloween time. Thank you guys for watching and read more comics. Another week, another stack of comics to review. This is your weekly comic book review. Everything I read for New Comic Book Day, October 1st, that I wanted to talk about. Huge week, man. And let's start off with what I think is the best, which might surprise some people. Absolute Evil #1. Totally blown away by this issue. It's really cool seeing the behind the scenes of the Absolute Universe villains and kind of them working together, trying to stop all of these absolute heroes from springing up and possibly putting an end to their evil deeds, right? We also get a look at Absolute Green Arrow. got bad news, guys. I don't think this Absolute Green Arrow is going to be the main hero of our Absolute Green Arrow series when that starts up. Hawkman's got something to say. Let's put it that way. But yeah, man, I love all the back and forth between all these different villains and their philosophies on how the world should be in their image and stuff like that. And yeah, just really cool seeing them all interact. And then we get the Hawkman. He's a narc in this universe. He's working for the bad guys. And yeah, this might be our Oliver Queen, man. So I don't think he's going to be the hero of the Absolute Green Arrow series. We'll have to see what DC has planned for that. But yeah, man, just a really great, surprising issue. Definitely had my jaw on the floor by the time I finished reading it. Don't miss out. Absolute Evil #1. Batman #2. I'm all aboard for this Batman series. I think they're off to a great start. We got Matt Fraction writing with Jorge Jimenez continuing with the art. First thing I want to say, excellent moments, back in the day flashbacks between Damian Wayne, Bruce, and Tim Drake, as we see Bruce trying to teach Tim Drake how to drive stick shift on the car. And then we get the flash forward as we see Tim Drake. He's caught in this situation right now, possibly being shot by the cops. He's trying to escape and he gets locked up. They throw him in the back of the car. They tie his hands in the back. All the villains in the back of the car, they want to fight Robin, obviously, because they're not big fans of him and Batman. So we get this great fighting. Tim Drake, very great at fighting, even if his hands are bound. So yeah, that was really cool. He breaks out of the cuffs, punches people in the head. Anyways, man, I thought this issue was great. I'm loving the direction of this Batman series with Matt Fraction taking over. And yeah, man, definitely jump on and check it out. Really surprising stuff, really cool. Absolute Superman #12, the return to this version of Smallville. As we see this Kal-El, he's really grappling with feelings of being alone, being isolated. He's having these conversations with Soul, who is his suit, essentially. The only kind of remnant that he has from his own world. The person that raised him, essentially, right? So I love the back and forth moments between this version of Kal-El and Soul. You know, Soul saying, like, I'm sorry that I couldn't be more for you, right? I'm sorry that I couldn't do more for you and provide for you. And Kal-El's like, hey, you're the only reason why I don't feel as lonely as you think I do. Like, you're my best friend, you're part of my family. So I love all those moments with Jason Aaron writing it. This Absolute Superman is really struggling, but he goes back to Smallville. Maybe he can find camaraderie with Lana Lang as we get introduced to her in this series. We get Lois Lane, Jimmy, they're all hanging out in Smallville, and Kal-El returns. So yeah, man, we'll have to see what happens with this. It seems like Ra's al Ghul and Lazarus Corporation are going to go to war with Kal as he's trying to hole up at Smallville. So we'll have to see what happens with the rest of the series. A standout from the Absolute line. I'm loving it. Batgirl #12. If DC ever cancels this series like they did Green Arrow and Birds of Prey, we're going to have real problems, man, because this is excellent stuff from Tate Brombal with Miyazawa on the art. It's all about Batgirl. She is still kind of wandering around with her brother, her new half-brother that she has discovered or whatever. She's trying to find Samsara, this mystical kind of legendary city that's been hidden away from society, because one of the Al Ghul daughters is now running things over there, and maybe Batgirl can, I guess, kind of get her help to fight off the Blood Syndicate who's after Batgirl, and fight off the Unburied, I think. So all these different organizations are trying to go after Cassandra Cain, Batgirl, and so maybe she needs some help from Samsara, this place, and one of the Al Ghul girls. I'm still loving this series. I think it's got really great artwork from Miyazawa, like I was saying. The heartfelt moments with Cassandra Cain, trying to understand her brother more and stuff like that. We'll have to see where the series goes. She just put the moves on this guy, right? So I'm loving it, dude. Batgirl, such a fun series. A couple more issues to talk about here, guys. Like JSA #12, the end of Jeff Lemire's kind of first foray into this JSA series. In some ways, I think he stuck the landing, but in other ways, I don't think he kind of necessarily stuck the landing. It's like 12 issues in, and we finally got to this point. Very kind of unceremonious in some parts. Like, members of the JSA had cool moments. Like, we get Dr. Fate getting his helmet back. Kind of using his powers to defeat some of the members of the JSA. We get this cool teleporter open moment with all the previous members of the JSA coming back into the fight and helping them take care of the Injustice Society. I don't think I'm going to continue with this series though, man. That's sort of a shame because it is a Jeff Lemire series and a writer that I'm super big fan of. I'm going to continue reading it on DC Universe Infinite, just not pick it up in singles. Hate to say it, man. Hate to say it. Ultimate Wolverine #10. This one was really cool. I thought it was a flip on the formula, as we see the resistance typically in the last couple of issues are going into the enemies and sort of doing covert ops missions from there. In this one, it's just the resistance chilling in Chernobyl, the place that they've made their base, and the villains are coming to them. They want to start the fight. So we see Logan, he's chilling on top of this, starts blowing up and stuff, and they're under attack from Omega Red, right? So we get this cool fight scene between Logan and Omega Red. I thought it was a really great issue. I think that lens on the artwork is a really cool look. It's different from the Cappuccio stuff, right? It's more cartoony in nature, but I think Lynn's has a really cool style. And Chris Condon just killing it with this Ultimate Wolverine series. Not like the best thing ever that I read, but I think it's a really cool look, a really cool corner of the Ultimate Universe. Adventures of Superman, Book of L #2. Philip Kennedy Johnson's story continues. If you read the War saga, this is a continuation of that. As we see Superman, he's been sort of taken and thrown 1,000 years in the future where everything's different. The world's kind of owned by Brainiac. He's kind of running things now. And we see Superman, he's working with this new character who is a descendant of his possibly, to go back to the Fortress of Solitude, try to figure out what the heck's going on. How can Superman get back to his own world, where he rediscovers Jimmy Olsen has been here. So not sure how Jimmy Olsen has been alive for 1,000 years or whatever. He's super old now. And yeah, man, I'm just loving Philip Kennedy Johnson's sort of ideas for Superman and kind of where he's taken this grand story. So Adventures of Superman, Book of L, not a must pick up series by any means, but I'm gonna ride it out. I like Philip Kennedy Johnson, so definitely check this out on DC Universe Infinite if you get a chance, especially if you like the World Saga stuff. Birds of Prey #26, fun issue of the series. One of the villains is up to no good, and the birds are trying to figure out what the heck's going on with it. So they're gonna play the villain's kind of game that they've set up for members of the community to go out and try to solve these like riddles and stuff like that. They're trying to solve it first before anybody else does, so that way they can, you know, meet the villain and kind of figure out what the villain wants and what the villain's up to. We get the Birds of Prey. They're kind of swapped into these fun costumes, right? We see Big Barda as like a vampire lady. That's cool, right? Just a fun issue of the series. Kelly Thompson just killing it. Sad that this is gonna be the last arc, man. Sad to see it go. A couple more issues here, like Absolute Green Lantern #7. I'm not even gonna open it. Actually, you know what? I will. I'm dropping this issue. I'm dropping this series, man. It was a good issue. It's fine. But it's just so like grand in scale and not exactly what I was looking for in an Absolute Green Lantern series. I thought they'd say it'd be more horror. It's not really that horror, you know what I mean? So I don't know, dude. This has nothing to do with you know, Joe from the first arc. It's like a different corner of space, learning more about the different rings at play in this Absolute Universe. Not a must pick up series for me, man. I'm gonna be dropping this. I'm gonna be dropping it and reading it in DC Universe Infinite. So sorry, Al Ewing. I tried to give you a shot, man. Let's talk about these two at the same time. And we're not gonna open up the art, but this is Justice League Unlimited #11, which is a prelude to DCKO, just like Justice League the Omega Act special, also prelude to DCKO. I'm liking the overall meta narrative over at DC. I'm excited for DCKO. These are not must pick up issues by any means. They're just kind of setting the stage, right? I mean, it's a prelude for a reason. They're just setting the stage for this event, kind of telling us how we got here for those that haven't been keeping up. But for me, that's been keeping up, I'm all set, you know what I mean? I already got it. But yeah, that's what we got. Weekly comic book reviews, everything that came out for October 1st, New Comic Book Day. Let me know if you read any of these and what you thought. Thank you guys for watching, and read more comics.